ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਸਲੋਕ। ਸੰਤ ਉਧਰਣ ਦਇਆਲੰ aasaran gopaal keertaneh nirmalan sant sangen ਓਟ ਨਾਨਕ parmesureh chandan ਚੰਦ ਨਾ ਸਰਦ ਰੁੱਤ ਮੂਲ ਨਾ ਮਿਟਈ ਕਾਮ ਸੀਤਲ ਥੀਵੈ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਭੈ ਮਨ ਤੋਟ ਨਾ ਆਵੈ ਮੂਲ ਸੰਚਿਆ ਨਾਮ ਧਨ ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾ ਸਿਓ ਸੰਗ ਪਾਈਐ ਵੱਡੇ ਪੁੰਨ ਆਠ ਪਹਿਰ ਹਰ ਧਿਆਏ ਹਰ ਜਸ ਨਿਤ ਸੁਨ ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾ ਸਿਓ ਸੰਗ ਪਾਈਐ ਵੱਡੇ ਪੁੰਨ ਆਠ ਪਹਿਰ ਹਰ ਧਿਆਏ ਹਰ ਜਸ ਨਿਤ ਸੁਨ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, today's ਪਾਵਨ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ, that guidance, the teachings of Sadhguru Ji Pacha Ji for how to go about our life, today is in Jaitsree Raag and is by Guru Arjun Dev Ji Sache Paatshah Ji. So we start off with the Salok. Salok, the arth to Salok. So the Sassa can be translated to Sundar, meaning beautiful, and that Lok is translated to world. Salok is that takes us to that place, to that beautiful place. What is that beautiful place? That beautiful place where Vaheguru Ji exists. So Sadhi say here, sant, udharan, dheaalan. And this has been translated in two ways by our Sikh scholars, by our Mahapurukhs and Sants. And we'll look at it in one way. Sadhguru Ji Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pacha Ji here is saying to us today that sant, udharan, dheaalan is talking about a sant here. A sant is somebody, Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji give us a description of who a sant is. Because often we get into this confusion and this mind goes into this doubt of thinking, do sants even exist? That is it only referred to Guru Granth Sahib Ji, then it referred to Guru Sahib Ji as being a sant? But no, pyareo, Guru Granth Sahib Ji Pacha Ji tell us of who a sant is. They say, Jina saas garas na visre har nama man mant dhan se say naanaka puran soi sant. They say those that don't forget Vaheguru Ji even for that one little moment, with every breath they remember Vaheguru Ji, that is a sant. And this is talking about those sants that help us, that come into this world, that janam maran doho mein nahi jan par upakari aaye, those that are beyond, the outside of the birth and death, that come here only to help us. It's talking about those sants here, Guru Arjan Dev Ji's. Those sants that come into this world, that take our arm and give it to Guru Granth Sahib Ji, give it to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, that help us to connect to Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and then Guru Granth Sahib Ji helps us to connect to Paramatma Vaheguru Ji. And they're saying here that Sant udharan dheaalan. They're saying that how udharan is a word, means utte uthana, means to get up from something. It means when you get out of that muck of Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mohankar, of getting out of anger, getting out of attachment. When we get out of those things, udharan, and then we become liberated. They're saying Sant udharan dheaalan. Dheaalan here is referring to Vaheguru Ji. Vaheguru Ji, that compassionate Vaheguru Ji that has udharan, that has liberated the sants. But how was it? What was it the sants? The sants had to do something for Vaheguru Ji to liberate them. What was it the sants done to become liberated? Aasaran, gopaal, keertaneh. They took asara. Asara means support. The sants are those that take support. Asara of Gopal Keertaneh, gopaal translates to go means the earth, the dharti. Pal means palan wala, mean the nourisher, the sustainer. They take only the asara, only the support of Vaheguru Ji that sustains this entire creation. And what do they take the asara of that Vaheguru? Of Kirtaneh, of the praises of Vaheguru Ji. So Sangat Jiyo, if we now bring this into today's terms, if we look at even today's psychology, what it's based around, I'm talking about, and looking at things. So we're going to be very careful with our words. Sometimes we say look at something in a positive way, look at something. So what that means is, Sangat Ji, we've got to look at things for the situation of what it is. So it's not fooling ourselves, is not to make a situation less in our mind than what it actually is. So like, for example, let's take what's happening in the world today with the spread of this virus. People are panicking, and some people will say, you know what, let's just, let's use more humor, let's just, talk about positivity. But Sangat, it's very important that we look at a situation for what it is. Because there's people out there today, I read an article where there was a very strong connected family in America, and church going, and very helpful to the community as well, and very large family that gets together on a regular basis, that all together they're saying that it's 20 plus people, 25, 27 members of the family that come together every Sunday and have a meal together. What we would actually class as something we probably do once or twice a year, but for them it was a weekly gathering. It was a weekly party. There were so many of them, but 7 of them actually caught the virus, and 4 of them have died. So yes, Sangatji, we've got to keep a positive mindset, in the sense that we have got to remain positive and do the best we can for ourselves, keeping healthy, and doing whatever we can to help others and help ourselves as well. But being positive doesn't mean you actually look at the actual situation of what's going on out there. Because the situation for somebody like that, for a family that's just experienced that, it's very real for them. We've got to look at the situation for what it actually is. So, coming back to this, what does it mean then to constantly praise, keertaneh, praising Vaheguru Ji? It means that no matter what is happening, even if it means the most difficult time has come upon us, and it's easy for me to sit here and say, I've had a cold myself, and your mind goes through 101 things, that thinking, have I got that virus, or what's going on? Am I going to be all right? But for the family that is actually going through this, Guru Sahib Ji saying a sant is that person that no matter what happens in their life, they will still kirtan, they will only say the praises of the creator of that one, and not curse Vaheguru Ji. Will never say, I can't believe what you're doing. I can't believe that you're bringing death to so many people at the same time. I can't believe that you're making people suffer. But no, they actually understand and praise Vaheguru Ji. The truth is that wherever this actual virus stemmed from and came from, the truth is the outcome today is what we call is karma. What does karma mean? Karma means there's been a reaction from somebody's action. And if some say that it has come from, it's something that has passed from animals to human beings, this virus is. So the action is eating those type of animals, and when we're brutally, where there's no hygiene, and these type of animals are being butchered and killed in open markets, there's live animals there, there's dead animals there, and there's no hygiene, and there's this cross-contamination from animals to human beings, and where then those human beings actually take those viruses on. So it's a play of karma. So that's why a sant will actually see that from somebody's action there's been a reaction. And they know that Vaheguruji is nirpao, that Vaheguruji is fearless. Vaheguruji isn't going to change the laws of creation for anyone. It's going to be what it is. So the sants will always continuously praise Vaheguruji no matter what situation. They will always see how perfect Vaheguruji is. A sant, when they see Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah, how do they see death? They say to us, they remind us constantly in jobs, they say Namo Sarb Kale, Namo Sarb Dheaalan. They'll say that one Vaheguruji that brings death to us, that one Vaheguruji brings death to us with compassion. Because they know now when this body cannot handle it anymore, and this body is now diseased, or whatever this body has now broken down, that then Paatshah says, Gave ko saaj kare tan khe, Gave ko ji la, the life is taken out of this body, ji la fir de, then it's put into another body. But the way Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the way Sant see this, is like a compassionate mother, saying that this body is no good anymore, so I'm just going to take you now and put you into, I'm going to give you a new body. I'm going to give you, it's just like changing clothes. But that's why a sant is that avastha, is that state of mind that is in constant praise. And Sangat Ji, like I said, this is what it actually means to, it's not about positivity, it's actually about looking at things for what they are. And a sant sees Vaheguruji to be what they are, and isn't trying to overlook an actual situation by saying, well, you know, we need to just be positive about this, we need to be realistic about things, but at the same time still praising that Vaheguruji, because only within that praise we're going to be able to have a clear mind. Otherwise some people will end up saying, you know what, well, I don't believe there can be a God if something like this is happening. And that's why Guru Sahib Ji promotes that experiencing Vaheguruji, where then you can't deny the existence of Vaheguruji. So Sadhguru Ji, Guru Arjun Dev Ji Sache Paatshah Ji saying, Sant udharan dheaalan, aasaran gopaal keertaneh. A sant is that Vaheguruji has liberated them and saved them, that has taken the support of Vaheguruji's praises, and when they have saved them, they have become liberated, aap mukt kare sansar, then they have the ability to liberate others as well. And then Sadhguru Ji Paatshah Ji say, nirmalan sant sangen. Paatshah Ji say in this half pankti, they say nirmalan. Nirmal means, it comes from the word mal. Mal means dirt, to be impure, but mal means without dirt. So to be pure, they say nirmalan sant sangen. Sangen means to be with someone. Sangen literally means with, to company. Guru Sahib Ji say, what is that nishani, what is the sign that you are truly in the company of a sant? They'll say what will happen, they'll say you'll start to become nirmalan. And Sadhguru Ji Paatshah Ji saying that, just like Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah, hum papi tum paap khandan, that Niko Thakar Desa, that I am the sinner, but you are the destroyer of sins. But that's the nishani, is that we start to become pure. And let's take a few examples here, Sangat. Because there's many people that might be physically, the body is in the company of a sant, but still may not have changed their ways, may not have become so pure, meaning their previous habits still may remain. Let's take some examples. Paatshah say to us in Bani that that person that truly listens, that even that person that spoke filth before, but now will start speaking with pure words and have this sweet words upon their tongue. Sangat Ji, thinking about this now, taking this into our mind, somebody might have had a filthy mouth using bad language, constantly speaking bitter to someone, ਆਪਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਟੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਪੈਣਾ ਹਰ ਸਮੇਂ. We think these things don't mean anything. Tot ke pena. Tot ke means like when you actually bite at someone. Every time you speak, you bite at someone. Sangat ji, ek sakhi yaad aa gayi. Sakhi's just come to my mind. Guru, this is Sakhi is from the time of Baba Ishar Singh ji Kleran wale. Baba Ishar Singh ji Kleran wale had gone out for a walk with some of the Sikh, with some of the maaf karna, with some of the sangat. And Baba ji saw that there was a deer that had been eaten at by crows. And Baba ji ne kya, ye jara hiran ya, this deer that's been eaten at, Baba ji said to the sangat, said to the Gursikhs that were with them, kende is hiran nu kende jaake kende asthan te kende appa we're going to take this deer back to the Gurdwara, to Nanak Sahib. Baba ji ne sangat ne oh hiran nu jaake, it still was breathing a little bit. The Baba ji, when they took back that hiran, that deer back to the asthan, to Nanak Sahib, and Baba ji took care of it, and that hiran took its last breaths in Nanak Sahib asthan, in the proximity of where Guru Granth Sahib ji Pacha ji was present. Sangat ne puchya, kende Baba ji eh hiran si jada, kende eh jara hiran si ka Baba ji, why did you take care of it? There's many that die like this outside in the jungles, but why did you take care of this one? Why did you bring this one back in? Baba ji jara hiran siga, in his last life, he was a Sikh that did seva during the time of Baba Nand Singh ji. But he had two bad habits. Oda ek hunda siga that whenever somebody would take thal for Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, Prashada da thal for Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, he said he would always go up, he would run up and to try and sneak and have a look inside what the thal is, what the food is going in for Guru Granth Sahib Ji. He had that greed in his mind, he had that thing in his mind, I wonder what food it is that what we're going to get to eat today. He says, dusri gal sigi, and then they say, due to that habit, he had the junni of a hiran, somebody that is constantly jumping around, running around. And kende Baba ji par fe enu tot ke kyo khada, why was it that this hiran had to go through so much, that crows ate at its body, it suffered so much. Baba ji jado seva karda hunda siga, when he would do seva on a Purnamashi day, when so much sangat would come in, Baba ji sangat nu tot ke penda hunda siga, he would actually bite at sangat. Meaning that whenever he'd speak to them bitterly and rude and shout at them. Baba ji nu junni aa mili, par Baba ji hone da kalyan ho gaya, but now he's been freed. And whatever it means to be freed, whatever life he's going to have, maybe another Gursikh Jeevan, Gursikh life, or if he's not going to take birth again. And Baba ji par seva kitti ta si, but he had done seva, he was still he was in the sharan of Mahapurkhs, he was in the sharan of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, he was still in the sanctuary of Mahapurkhs, of Sant, but they said he could not escape that his own actions. He had to still reap the fruits of what he had sowed. He had sowed bitterness when he would speak to people. So Sangatji, when we die, and if we die within, remember we've still got all the karams, the good that we've done as well, so that will aid us as well. But remember Sangatji, but when we've been biting at people, and if we die still whilst our state of mind is like that, then that will pull us into a particular type of body. We will have to pay for it. And Sangatji, we're paying for it even whilst we're living. Living like that, it's burning us from inside. When we bite at somebody, it's burning us from inside. And these type of things then cause many different types of diseases of the body as well. We sometimes think that this person's always getting ill, and it could be because they're constantly biting at someone, constantly angry, because they've got this pride, they think they're higher, they think they're better than someone else, looking down at someone. But Sadhguru Ji Sache Paatji saying, what's the shani of coming into the sanctuary of a sant? It means you may have been like this previously, but now it means you're truly doing sangat of when that sant gives you that teaching and you listen to that sant. It's actually about sunya, Paach is saying it's all about Sunya. We read these pauris every day, Sangat Ji. We read that Sunya Siddh Peer Sunnat. We read Sunya Isar Burma and Sunya Mukh Salahan Mand. That's the Pankti I was looking for before, Sangat Ji. Sunya Mukh Salahan Mand. Those that used to actually say Mand. Mand means speak dirt to people. Mukh from their mouths. Sunya Mukh Salam. But even they then start to Salah. They start to praise Vaheguru, start to speak sweetly to other people, start to speak in humility. Why? Because now they're actually listening. It doesn't just mean, yes, there still will be a father, it still will pay off being physically in the sanctuary of a sant, but truly, Sangat Ji, Sunaya, it's only when we truly listen to them, when we actually listen to them and take on, and then we, from speaking a month, from speaking dirt and hurting people, Nanak sab amolave Bhagat Farid Ji say, don't break anyone's heart, because that's where Vaheguru Ji exists. It's different to break somebody's ego, but breaking somebody's heart, Sangat Ji, that's where Vaheguru Ji data vasa yotiya, that's where Vaheguru Ji exists. Sunaya mukh salahan, but when they start to salah, how do you salah Vaheguru? When you speak sweet to someone. When you speak in humility to someone, that's how we praise Vaheguru Ji. Sangat Ji, and this way we can say, Sunaya, we've actually truly listened to the Upadesh. What Upadesh, what teaching is the Sant going to give us? Sant is going to give us the teaching of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, because we might not have the understanding, we might not have the way of how to actually follow Guru Granth Sahib Ji's word. And then the Sant shows us physically, they live like that. They live like that, and they give us ways of how to become like that. That's what it means, Sangat Ji, that nirmalan sant sangen. That's how we becoming nirmal. That's how we do sangat maafkana. That's how we do come in the company of a sant, is when we listen to them and we actually change. It might take a while, because to break habits, it's not easy, Sangat Ji. And that's why we see people still doing sangat for so many years, but they still are speaking bitterly to others. But truly doing, that's why Baba Mani Singh Ji Samadhi Kwali would say, that say kende asi ta keval 9 purush vekhe ne jinna ne asal vich mahapurkha di sangat ਕੀਤੀ je. Kende I've only seen 9 people so far today, up to till today, that have actually done sangat of a mahapurkh, meaning that where the inside has become nirmal, where they've actually changed. Kende nirmalan sant sangen ot naanak parmesureh. And what will that sant do for us? The sant will make sure that we only take order, we only take support, our only support in life, Guru Arjan Dev Ji saying, is Parmesureh, is Vaheguru Ji themselves. And when we realize at times like this, that truly it's only Vaheguru Ji that is with us. But we forget these things, Sangat Ji. Pachi Ji say to us that all these things, patit udharan paharan. Pachi is saying that one that saves us, the one that is our true savior, is inside of us. And Sants give us that way of how to connect to that one inside of us, where we feel that we constantly got that support and we're not alone. And then Paatji say, chandan chandan is sandalwood. It's talking about the sandalwood paste here. Chandan meaning the moon. Nasardarut. Rut means the season. Sard means when it's cool, when it's cold. Paatji saying that none of these things, moolana mittee kaam. Kaam, Sangatji, means that burning. We're burning inside because andra tisana ag hai. Paatji saying this inside is this burning desires. But these burning desires and this burning anger inside of us, this burning greed inside of us, that's not gonna go incomplete. Mool means at all. Don't think it's gonna go completely by doing these things, because sandalwood is said to be very cooling for our body. So people lace themselves with sandalwood paste. But Pakistan, don't think that's gonna bring you complete sense of peace, calmness. It's not gonna take your burning away completely. It might help to some extent, but not completely. But she says, don't have that expectation. Don't have that hope. Chand, they said when the moon's out, when it's the full moon, some people say that our body will feel more cool and feel at more ease from inside when it's full moon. But Bachi's saying, don't think that's going to completely take away your burning as well. Sard rut, some people, to get away from the heat, they go, when it's in India especially, when it's summer, they'll go actually to different places. They'll go out to places like Shimla to where it's cooler. But they're saying that don't think that's going to take that burning away from your mind as well, incomplete. It might help to some extent, to some extent. Chandan chandana sarad rut mool na mittee kaam. Kaam, sangat ji. So think about this now. No matter what we do, this kaam and this burning desires from inside do not go. But think about it now. You know, Bach is saying that it trishna vadda rog hai. This trishna, this burning desires inside of us is a huge disease. Vadda rog hai. Bach again, maran mano visare, we forgot about death, but think about this now. During these times, during the times of something like this virus going around now, it actually brings death to the forefront. So actually think about this now. Some of our burning desires inside start to just soothe and calm. What our desires now, what we're seeing people are doing, they're going crazy. They're thinking that we need to stock up on food, we need to make sure we've got enough toilet rolls, even though in India it would make no difference because they just use water to clean themselves. So, but Sangatji people are going crazy thinking I need to, so there might be this burning desire at the moment to make sure we've got enough food and it's stocked up. But think about some of the bigger desires at the moment, wanting a better car, wanting an extension, wanting a bigger house, wanting designer clothes, wanting these type of things. Sangatji, think about this now. At this moment in time, you've probably not thought about those type of things much at the moment, the bigger desires. Because now it's more about essentials of what we need to live and survive. We're not actually thinking about those things that we don't really need at the moment. Look how Bach is saying when we forget that maran mano visare, when we forget about death, what happens? Then that rog, disease of desires, goes way out of control. But when death's in our face, then we start thinking differently. We start thinking, actually, I just need to get what I need. I don't need anything extra. Some people might even start thinking about selling certain things. But Sangatji, Bachji saying to us here, Chandan chandana sard rut mool na mittee kaam, that these things, this burning desire inside of us is not extinguished in this way, but how can it be taken away? Seetal thive naanaka. Seetal means calm. Those burning desires can calm in this way. Thive naanaka, Bach is saying, Guru Arjun Dev Ji Bach is saying, how? Japandado har naam, japandado, to meditate har naam, on the name of Vaheguru Ji. When we meditate on the name of Vaheguru Ji, that will start to bring that calmness inside. Sangat Ji, and that's what sants do for us. They give us different ways of how to connect to Vaheguru Ji's name. For somebody, it might be through Kirtan. For somebody, it might be through Gurbani. For somebody, it might be through cleaning the jode, the shoes of the sangat. For somebody, it might be sitting in a Darbar Sahib, just having darshan of Sadguru Ji Pach. But a sant will see what somebody needs and they will give us naam of Vaheguru Ji. So Sangat Ji, let's for a moment, let's just connect to that naam of Vaheguru Ji inside. Let's go away from this noise for just one moment and only take our focus into the vibration. And like we jumped yesterday saying, Vaheguru Ji, that suffering cannot be dispelled in any other way other than connecting to you. So say, I need you more than any other time now. So I'm asking you to open those doors for me again, Vaheguru Ji. So let's all say from our heart, Choli adke appa mangiye, appa pukar kariye, just like yesterday, keso kukiye na soiye, aasaran raat divas ke keertaneh, kabhu ke sune pukar. Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. Japandado har naam pauri, Charan kamal ki oat, udre sagal jan. We'll just do akhri arth now. We'll just do literal translations of the pauri sangat jiyo. So Paj is saying Charan kamal ki oat, that sants are those that take only asara, that take only support of Charan kamal, of the lotus feet of Vaheguruji. What it means to take the support of the lotus feet means that feet are the lowest point of somebody. Means they remain humble, they remain in humility constantly. They never look down at someone because they feel to be the lowest of the lowest. And Charan kamal, just like a lotus flower that is above that water and doesn't let the muck of that water bring it down, it doesn't drown, it always remains above the water. A sant is that way. No matter what, how much of a difficult time comes in their life, they still remain afloat, they still remain above everything. Don't let these situations get them down. Then Pachi is saying that udre sagal jane, and only when we take the asara, when we take the support and we remain in humility and see ourselves low in the feet of Vaheguruji and then Sangatji, and we remain above that, the muck, the attachment of this world. And then they're saying udre, in this way, udre means to be saved. Sagal, all jan, all Vaheguruji's servants are saved in this way. Sun Pratap Govind. They're saying by listening to the Pratap, listening to the glory of Vaheguruji, of that Govind. This is the glory of Vaheguruji. Look, no matter what's happening in there, we have no power over it. We can't just click our fingers and say stop. That it has to all be done in Vaheguruji's hukam. Only that will actually take away this disease, take away this virus, in what is within the laws of Vaheguru. Only when we tap into that, only that can actually take away, eradicate this disease, this virus. Pachi says, Sun Pratap Govinda, listening to the glory of that Govinda, of that Vaheguruji, Nirpao Pe, my mind becomes completely Nirpao, becomes fearless. And then Pachi saying, Totna Ave Mool, then there's no shortcoming at all. Thought means shortcoming. There's no shortcoming. Mool means at all, at all. Sanchya Naam Tan. When we actually collect, Sanchya means to collect. When we collect the Tan, the wealth of Naam, there is no shortcomings in our life when we connect to Vaheguruji. Sant Janasyo Sang. Pachi saying, in the company of the saints, Sant Janasyo Sang Paye Vade Pun. Pachi ji kehne only with great great fortune, when we've got good deeds, positive deeds behind us, that's what it is that will take us into the company of Sants. Aat Pahar Har Tyaaye, Pachi saying 8 Pahar means sections, the 8 sections of the day. Har Tyaaye, meditate on Vaheguruji. Har Jas Nit Sun, Pachi saying constantly listen to the praise of Vaheguruji. Nit Sun, Nit means every moment of your life, with every breath, listen to the praise of Vaheguruji. So Sangat ji, itniyan ka bentiyan pravan. Please accept my apology for all the mistakes that I have made. May my head, may my sar, may my mastak remain in the charan of the Sangat, and Sadhguruji remain in the holy feet of the Sangat. And may Sadhguruji Pachaji break me down and make me into the dust of the feet of the Sangat. And with your asisa, with your blessings, continue basics of Sikhi to serve the Sangat through Guru Sahib Ji's Bani. So, Aao Sangat Ji, Aao Balao Fateh, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Aap mukat mukat kare sansar, Aap mukat mukat kare sansar. Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.